Lovers of Liberty, Zach Foster here for another video message. Now, for all of you who are already mad at me, and for the rest of you who are about to get mad at me for the title of this video, we need to just come to grips with the fact that Ron Paul is not the Republican nominee for the presidency of the United States. We lost this round, oh well, too bad. The sooner we come to grips with this reality, the sooner we can lick our wounds, re-strategize, and regroup so we can carry the liberty movement forward into the months and the years ahead. Why? Because there is no way I'm going to let all those establishment SOBs negate all the work that we've done over the last couple of years and negate all the work that Dr. Paul has done over the last decades and the work that Barry Goldwater and Robert Taft and all the constitutional government activists have done in the decades before him. So let's carry on the tradition together and let's just stop being a bunch of big babies. And if you're going to keep being big babies, shut the hell up. Go and just leave your hateful comment now so you can be glad that you left your 2 cents. But just as an aside between you and I, your 2 cents is not backed by gold. The best it's backed by is the full faith and credit of your dumb ass. So I probably don't care what you have to say. So if you're already mad at me, just go log off. Bye-bye. I'm not going. Don't waste your time on me. I'm not going to waste my time on you. For the rest of us who have already come to grips with this reality, Dr. Paul is not the nominee. Damn. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't so. Like many of you, I worked my butt off for the Ron Paul campaign. I was part of the ground team in Iowa with the campaign. I did a bunch of other campaigning, phone banking, door knocking for him, and we lost this one. Oh well. At least I'm still campaigning my butt off for other Liberty candidates, and I hope you are as well. Now, there's a couple of red flags for those of you who are actually surprised this was going to happen, which those of you who are surprised should be a slight minority. Number one, Dr. Paul did not get a speaking spot at the national convention, even though Rand did. Now, when an actual person who's considered to still be a candidate for the presidency doesn't get a speaking spot, hi, I'm a red flag, nice to meet you. Number two, Romney's lawyers finally screwed us over in Maine. They won that case, so pretty much their shenaniganery with canceling certain caucuses where they knew Dr. Paul was going to win was defended. So he doesn't have the 5-state plurality, and therefore that makes him ineligible to be the nominee. Also, the Romney camp cried and whined to get the nomination process moved up several days because obviously they're tired and they're afraid of all the Ron Paul people causing a ruckus, which they should be. So, oh well, Romney screwed us over. We will punish him later. Right now, the Liberty Movement is fractured, it's splintered. There's 3 main factions within the Liberty Movement. Number one are the people that I call the establishment libertarians. Yes, you exist. Those are all you people who have only ever voted Libertarian, and the only reason you might possibly have voted outside the Libertarian Party is to vote for Ron Paul and only Ron Paul. And you folks think that now that the GOP has firmly screwed us over in the Liberty Movement, we're all just going to come flocking into the Libertarian Party, and then the LP is going to be the next major party after the Republican Party crumbles, and then Liberty will be reinstated, and we're going to get to that Rothbardian anarcho-capitalist utopia. Sorry, not going to happen anytime soon, so just get over that. Also with this group, I'm going to go ahead and include all the crazies who didn't actually do any campaigning for Dr. Paul, but instead they wasted most of their time making maps of where they think the FEMA camps are. Number two are the folks who are all those Ron Paul or none at all people. These are the ones whose heart is in the right place, but they honestly expected that Dr. Paul was just going to sweep all these elections, primaries and caucuses, get himself elected, and then restore our liberties within the first 4 years. Folks, Ron Paul was never going to be able to restore our liberties. One man cannot restore our liberties. It takes thousands of us educating hundreds of thousands who will then become millions, who will then literally march on the doors of their elected officials and demand their liberties and demand constitutional governance. That's the only way that that's going to happen, not by one man. So before you guys get disappointed that Ron Paul is not the nominee and you guys commit mass ritual suicide like a bunch of Romulans but with less honor, just take a chill pill. Those of us in the third faction are waiting for you with open arms. Same thing with all you crazy establishment libertarians. The third faction is us, the Liberty Movement within the Republican Party. We have grudgingly accepted that Dr. Paul is right. If liberty is going to be reinstated, we're going to have to use the framework of the Republican Party to make it happen. That's fine, because even though George W. Bush has largely destroyed the word conservatives, and then Gomer piles like Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan only, continue to shout at that word, but I still take comfort in the fact that there are folks like Barry Goldwater and Robert Taft who were really fantastic Republicans. So those are the kind of Republicans we are. The peace Republicans, the civil rights Republicans, the non-interventionist Republicans, the gold standard Republicans. Those are the guys that we are. Those are the guys that everybody likes. So like many other people, like Dr. Paul, we in the Liberty Movement within the GOP have dedicated our lives to working both for and against the Republican Party. And frankly, now that Mitt Romney has picked Paul Ryan to be his VP, I'm actually overjoyed because this means Barack Obama is going to be reelected. Now, one of the biggest myths in politics is that good people have an obligation to support the lesser of two evils. My friends, I'm just going to be clear and say it. That is bullshit. Because the lesser of two evils is still evil. I'm not really afraid of, the guy with the glowing red eyes and the horn and the horns and the tails and the big red scepter with the flames behind him, because I know that's Satan. I know to run from him and start calling the name of Jesus. It's the guy in the suit, like the Mephistopheles from Faust. It's that kind of character that I'm taught to fear, and that's exactly what Romney and Ryan are. And they're all the people who primarily support Romney generally are saying, hey, he's better than Obama. Okay, so he's a little bit better than Satan. That's the parallel. He's a little bit better than the guy you call a Marxist Al-Qaeda jihadist Muslim. Sure, that gives me great confidence in the restoration of the American Republic. Folks, we need to just lick our wounds this time. The Democrats are going to win this one. That's fine. For the Liberty Movement, the GOP is going to lose the presidential election. That's great, because then we can say, hey, we actually had a candidate who was capable of beating Obama. Here what the numbers are. That's a fact of it. You guys did it your way. You lost. It's time for you to shut the hell up, step aside, and all of our folks in Central Committee and all of our new elected officials are going to take over this party. Thank you. Back the car into the driveway and give the keys to an adult. Bye-bye, neocons. Also, the Democrats, with 4 more years of Obama, the economy is only going to get worse, and then, without a bunch of Republicans to blame, a lot of them are going to realize, maybe we put our faith in the wrong man. So, the Liberty Movement, meanwhile, is going to continue agitating, educating, and organizing. Right after the election is when we're going to start educating on issues. We're not going to so much start attacking politicians, because that gives them 2 years to recover until the next election. So we educate on the issues, the liberty issues, gold standard, Federal Reserve, non-interventionism, Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, and stuff like that. And then in the election season, that's when we go after actual politicians and we skin them alive because they don't have time to retire. So there's a lot of work that we can do, all right? So right now we need to purge the Republican Party of all the neocons and the people that made the GOP lose to Obama. You know who you are. If you really think Romney's a great guy, that includes you. We need to agitate, educate, organize, continue to run candidates. See, the Democrats and Republicans alike are going to stop campaigning the day after the election. We are not going to stop campaigning. We're just going to campaign differently. We're going to take people on the issues. And then in 2014, we're going to campaign for candidates. And maybe in 2013 is when we're going to do a big sweep of city councils and school boards and municipal elections, stuff like that. So 2013 municipal, 2014 is when we try to take the Congress, and we have a really great chance, because by then America will be Charlie Foxtrot enough by the Obama administration. And then 2016, maybe we'll get a Liberty candidate in the presidency. If not then probably 2020 by the latest. So yeah, there's a lot of work ahead of us, but you know what? The American Revolution was a war that lasted 8 years. And this entire time, the Founding Fathers trying to run a shadow government. All these people think that if Obama is reelected, it's going to be the end of America. Folks, there was a time when it was actually possible that we were going to lose World War II. There was a time when it was possible where we were going to lose the War of 1812 and be reintegrated into Great Britain. Trust me, America has seen darker times. The American Revolution took a lot longer than the Obama administration and was fought with a great degree of savagery. Same thing with the war between the states, which was, that was just horrors unprecedented for this country. So all you neocons, if you think Barack Obama is the worst thing that ever happened to this country, stop your whining. For the rest of you guys, keep fighting for Liberty candidates, all right? There are the winners that Young Americans for Liberty has picked, because this organization obviously likes to be on the winning side and doesn't like to pick the underdogs. Yes, I said it. You can all get mad at me. Hey, I'm one of your members. I'm with you. I'm just saying it the way I see it. And you can pick other Liberty candidates too. Just off the top of my head, let's see here. Kerry Bentivolio, Raul Labrador, Thomas Massey. There's my congressional candidate, David Miller, for whom I'm passionately campaigning in Southern California against big government Democrat Grace Napolitano. In Colorado, my personal friend John Fye is running for State House, so look him up, all right? The revolution is not over. We got a lot of work ahead of us, but do not give up hope, folks. I will be with you always, and I hope you'll be with me. Godspeed, and God be with you.